I'm a paralyzer. I seem to be struck by you. I want to make you melt me on my way to you. Welcome to episode 17. We're turning 17 like a dancing queen. Not true. I'm almost 25.
Almost 26. Hi,
Sick.
Timmery.
Hi, Tessa.
Welcome to Anchoevies.
Episode 17, back and better than ever. Today, I rolled out of bed, I put on this outfit, and Jacob said, damn, I love when you wear that cardigan. For audio only, it's a cardigan that fully buttons to the highest point on my neck and looks like it could be straight from my great aunt Rexy's closet.
I love it.
It is from Old Navy. Where is your top from?
Okay.
Because I really like it.
This green thing, this old number.
Yeah.
I thrifted this.
Oh, did you wash it?
So I guess, yeah. I've had it for like probably 4 years.
Okay.
Thanks for noticing.
Yeah, of course. How was your
Hunter
week,
didn't
Tessa?
compliment what I
he
put on
didn't.
today. So
That's sick and twisted and should not be allowed
yeah.
in the household. Let me ask again.
Okay. Yeah, my week was good.
Describe it.
I went bowling without you again.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I started doing that thing where I just hurl the ball, like not using the bowling ball holes.
Put some spin on it.
Putting some spin on it. Kind of changed my whole worldview.
Yeah. That's kind of impressive. I would like you to teach me next time we go bowling. If
Okay.
I ever get invited again.
Okay. I will say my the whole right side of my body feels a little sore.
From doing this
From hurling, yeah, a 10-pound ball a little awkwardly. It's like my shoulder, my elbow, and my wrist. So there comes there comes a few consequences with living dangerously on the edge like I was
With
the other
great
night.
power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
And great
And great
consequence.
joint pain. Yeah.
Yeah, and joint pain. That's something they never really say. They don't tell
Yeah.
you that in the fairy tale books.
That's true.
They just want to paint this picture of something beautiful.
Yeah, and like bowling's just easy all the time.
Yeah. Did you
But-
get a turkey?
No.
Have you ever?
No, but Silas did.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh.
He got 3 in a row and I said, "You're done.
Yeah, we're never bowling with you again.
Next game you're out."
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I did a Pilates intro class this morning.
Oh, yeah. How was it?
It was good.
I was going to go with you. Did I miss out?
It was very like, here's what the equipment is. Like we did a few things, but it wasn't like
It was
this
like a
isn't
workout.
class. It was like a little bit of a workout, but it was mostly like, here's what this is and here's how these work and blah 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 blah.
Are you going to get an MMB?
I might.
Oh, my gosh.
It's kind of expensive, but I feel like it would make me.
Snatched as hell.
Well, I was just gonna say it'd make me go.
Oh. And you're
Like,
already
just-
snatched as hell.
Thank you. It's like Planet Fitness is just always there.
And so cheap. There's
And
like
it's so cheap.
no repercussion to not go because it literally costs like $1.
Yeah.
And it almost is like more of a turnoff to show up because when you get there and you see kind of the community that it attracts,
Yep.
you never want to return.
Exactly.
And it's only $10 though, so you're never going to cancel it either. It's kind of like the perfect like business scheme.
It's the perfect storm, yeah. And it's also like at least 10 minutes from my house, which is not that far.
But when it comes to going to do a physical activity, that's very far.
And like,
I'd say 5 minutes is like the max distance to be from a gym
yeah.
if you're going to actually go.
And the Pilates place is like 2 minutes from me. I could
Mhm.
go in the morning before work. Anyway,
Damn.
I might do that, but that was that was the most off-brand thing I've ever done is go to a Pilates
Yeah, that's
group
so
class,
off-brand for you.
do a
Like,
class by myself.
not that I don't think you're like a perfect goddess who's more than capable.
Yeah.
I just like when I get Pilates girl energy, I picture the girls that would bully me in high school.
That's
not
the thing.
you.
Yeah. And the intro class girlies didn't seem like they would bully me.
Yeah, that's good.
So
I used to be a part of a Pilates, like bougie Pilates place, and I just felt, maybe it was my own insecurities, but I felt as though I did not fit in. And every time they had like free food, I would be like going to town on like the yogurt parfait bar, and like nobody else was eating. I was like, right.
Awesome.
I love this for me that I'm having 10 yogurt cups.
Yeah.
But anyways,
That's fun.
It's cool. And they all drove, like, really nice cars. And, like, I was driving the Mazda, which I had bought for $700 on layaway from Abby's mom.
I love that.
Yeah. the good old days.
The good old days.
Bring me back. Anything else new and noteworthy happened this week?
I don't really think so.
Nice.
Not that I can think of. We hung out.
We did.
Yesterday.
That was really
that was
fun.
One of the highlights of my week.
Same. I have this new thing that I'm doing with my friend Carly, who I told you, Minnows, that last week that I was going to dump her. I lied. We're still gym friends. Well, we're like best friends also. So I don't only exclusively hang out with her at the gym, but now she's basically found her way back into my heart. She's pushed me to my limits. I decided that she makes me a stronger and better woman. But we have this new thing that we're doing where every Friday we go spinning like a stationary
I just picture
bike.
you guys like spinning around in a field together, spinning each other.
Yeah. No, like on a bike in a class.
Mm-hmm.
And we're the only people in our spin class under the age of 50, I think. Because it is on a Friday night. Most people probably are doing more fun things on a Friday night.
Sure.
We're just not like the other girls. And then we go somewhere and get a beer and play cards. So Tessa joined us last night.
Only for the beer and cards, not for the spin class.
She said she would not go to the spin class.
Yeah.
And
I have to draw the line somewhere.
I honestly understand that. What I was going to say is that during spin, they played this song that was like so moving. I never had heard it before. And when you're in a spin class, it's like dark and they have like twinkle lights in there and you're just going so hard like you're going to puke. And they started playing this song and I thought it was Kelly Clarkson. And it basically, the whole song is like, I am here. Know that when I'm standing on the mountain and the devil's in front of me, I'll be ready to face him, or something like along those lines.
Yeah.
And I started crying while I was spinning. So it was like just moving me so much. And the spinning instructor kept saying, "We are here, guys." And I was like, oh my gosh. That's the truest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I might be crying right now.
I wish I was just there to see it. I've heard, like, I heard this last night, and I've just been trying to wrap my head around, like,
yeah. It's so dark in there, you could cry, and no one's going to notice it.
Yeah. The cool thing about you, though, is that everyone will know that you did cry.
Because I'll tell them.
You'll tell them.
That is very true.
It's so secret and private, no one has to know. And then you're like, I cried in spin class tonight.
Yeah.
Because they played, and then we had to listen to the Pink song like 4 times last night.
Yeah, I kind of made them listen to it like at full volume on my Bluetooth
and it was Pink,
speaker.
by the way. It wasn't Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, right. That's an important detail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I told my coworkers that today, and they said that they love Pink. So it made me feel a little bit better.
Okay.
A little less alone. But that was basically my whole highlight of my week. I didn't really do anything else notable. Oh, actually, that's so not true. I did something crazy last week.
Yeah, you did.
And it's actually giving me raging anxiety because I can't stop checking my email every hour of the day, which is unhealthy. I finally sent in my audition tape for Survivor. And I don't think it's very good because everyone keeps saying, oh, I bet it's so funny. Haha, I want to see it. It's not funny. It's just me talking. It's just me yapping for 3 minutes straight.
Auditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you should do.
But it's pretty vanilla, so I'm, like, worried I need to, like, do something crazier. But then I told Jacob, if it's meant to be, it will be. And then I said, I'm going to send a new audition tape every single week for the whole year.
Oh.
And he said, don't do that.
Yeah, it might be a little overkill.
Yeah.
I asked you last night after you told me that you auditioned. Or maybe it wasn't last night. I can't remember.
It was, like, 3 days ago.
When you said you weren't sure if you trauma dumped enough, I said, checklist. Did you say your dad died and like, your grandma died and you signed up for a marathon and did it?
Check. Yeah.
So
that's basically
I think
what
it's a golden ticket.
I sure dang hope so.
Those are the 3. That's the trifecta into.
That's the holy trinity of trauma dumping into an audition. Mm-hmm. So, which is all true. If
you signed up for America's Got Talent and before you said, my dad died and then my grandma died and I signed up for a marathon,
then those
things aren't
have
really related, and I don't know what you would be auditioning with on AGT. Either. There's a lot of different options for you. I think you would maybe get the golden buzzer
just because of my story. Yeah, I kind of love that for me. So yeah, I'll be checking my email every hour for the next year, and I'll let you guys know if they say anything. Obviously, actually, I might not be allowed to. I might have to sign an NDA.
I would love to see your battery percentage use of like how it breaks it down per app. Timmery's this week is just Gmail is like taking up 90% of her battery life.
90%, or it's like Gmail. You spent 3 hours on it today. TikTok 30 minutes. Like
we got to put like one of those time limit restrictions
for my email
instead of social media, but it's just Gmail.
That's so true.
Well, that's exciting.
Anchoevies in the sea, just a podcast with you and me. All our minnows having fun, splashing around under the sun. Whoa, yeah, 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 Welcome back to the episode 17. So we have a lot to cover today. A lot to cover.
Buckle up.
Buckle up. And let me tell you, it's not personal. If we're talking out here, we're not talking about you, our minnows. You're perfect.
Oh, yeah. You could do
no wrong. But for starters, and maybe this actually applies to everyone, including the minnows.
Okay.
I wanted to open up a can of worms that has been something that I've always thought was really serious for probably since I had a phone in my little hands.
A camera phone?
A camera phone. What do we think about, when you're just casually hanging out with someone and they're like seeming kind of cool and you're thinking we could be friends, but then you see their phone face up on the table and they have a selfie as their screensaver?
Oh.
That's a red flag.
That's a huge red flag. It's more than a red flag to me.
To me, that's like...
It's like I gotta go home right now.
I need to leave the party immediately, go home, change my phone number so they can't contact me ever again.
Like my mom says I'm grounded, I have to go right now.
Yeah.
That's kind of the situation.
I've always felt that way, and I just remember even in middle school, if someone had a selfie as their screensaver, I was like, something's not right here.
Yeah. I think I would put sometimes like a selfie of me and a friend.
Oh, that's totally different.
But it's a gateway. I didn't end up ever putting a selfie as my screensaver. That would be so weird.
Yeah. No, I'm talking like if it's with a friend, that's totally fine. If it's even an artistic picture, maybe it's the back of your head. You're standing at a beautiful beach from a vacation that was near and dear to you. That I would say slides. Like that's okay. But full on grab the phone, holding it out from your face.
Or a mirror selfie or anything.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, so weigh in, minnows. What do you think about that? Because, like, is there, like, an excuse for this type of behavior? Yeah.
Is
some
this, like,
way that makes it okay?
Or
is there a way in which we're receiving this wrong? Because it's been puzzling me for years.
Yeah. There's actually no way that we could be wrong about that.
No.
So if you have a differing opinion, I'd love to hear it just strictly for research, but we can do no wrong. We have never had a wrong opinion, so.
True.
I guess it's more just curiosity's sake is why we want to hear from you, just to clarify.
Yeah, I just want to know, like, a reason why somebody would do that.
Full transparency, we just have a shared note.
Yeah.
On our phone. A collaborative note. Maybe we already talked about this.
We have, and I'll say it again, is that if you don't share a collab note with your friends, I don't care if you have a podcast, like, this is something you have to do because you can put so much gold in here. And it's, we talked about this.
It's not
a picto chat.
It's a picto chat. It's not a text that needs to be responded to.
It's just a full brainstorm.
You're just there. It's a beautiful thing.
You can put anything in it.
One thing I put in this week was, I know people are rich when they don't know how to use an ice cube tray.
That's true.
One time this happened at our house, and I will not call out the name of our friend who pulled out the plastic ice cube tray from our freezer. I think maybe he tried to use the thing in the fridge.
That doesn't work.
Yeah, it's not hooked up.
Yeah,
it never has.
You're
That's
not rich.
Strictly for rich people, in my opinion.
Yeah, you could be poor and have an ice maker, but it's just not allowed to work.
Right.
Because is it time to be real right now? It's always during the episode.
I know.
If you have an ice machine on your fridge that works, don't convince me otherwise. You are wealthy.
Yeah, don't try to be like, it's an old fridge.
Nope, doesn't matter. If
it's
it makes
hooked
ice
up to water.
works.
Oh my gosh, it works. I always thought my friends were rich when they had one of those.
Jacob's parents have the bougiest fridge.
Really?
They're not like rich. They're just like, you know, not.
That's contradicting what you just said. It sounds like they're rich.
They are rich to us.
Okay.
But their ice maker makes 2 different kinds of ice, big and small.
Wow.
And they have like the bougiest water jug that just fills automatically. So they constantly have like a Brita. You just put it in the door, and it never runs out.
The bane of my existence is filling up my Brita.
I know. Does it make you feel so poor?
Truly, I kind of refuse to do it. That's Drew's job. So if there's no water in the house, we have 2 of them. Mine's in the fridge, and Drew's is on the shelf because he likes room temp water like a psycho, and I like cold water. And he's actually somehow responsible for both of those. Mm-hmm. And so if I don't have any in mine, I drink his.
Not to be sexist, but that is a man's job.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Right. I just refuse to do it, but I drink a lot of water, so he's constantly having to refill it.
Yeah.
Anyway, our friend came over, this was probably a year ago, and pulled the ice cube tray out of the freezer and, like, didn't know to twist it to, like, break it up. He was just trying to, like, pull them out individually, the ice cubes.
He never had to do this.
And then kind of was trying to, like, put the whole ice cube tray over. And he's like, how do you... And I was like, tell me you grew up rich without telling me you grew up rich. And I had to twist it for him.
Tell me you have gold buried somewhere.
Yeah. So I don't judge him for it. I think he had probably a flourishing childhood.
And we're not judging. We're just jealous.
I'm jealous.
That's the thing.
I want a fridge. Our fridge looks nice. It's missing a whole handle. Mm-hmm. There should be 2 handles and there's only 1.
It's true. I've seen it.
And somehow there's a dent in it. I don't know how you do that. But it looks like it could fill up your glass with crushed ice and water.
And it doesn't work.
And it doesn't work because it's not hooked up to water because I'm not rich.
Yeah. Maybe one day we'll get there. But that day
That's my goal by the age of 40 is to have a fridge.
Oh my gosh.
That can dispense water.
If I can just know, like, I know obviously we aren't allowed to see into the future for a reason, but if I could have the knowledge of seeing that somewhere in my future, I don't even care if it's 30 years from now, that I have not only a fridge that makes ice, but a garage that I can park my car in.
Yeah.
I'll know that I have become a millionaire.
I've never had that either. That would be so beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Should we move in together and get a house with a 2-car garage?
And we're going to have the water dispenser, and we're also going to have the coffee machine that's built in, like the built-in appliance that Dallas's dad has.
Yes. It's like the same one the Kardashians have.
And it's like cappuccino.
Automatic. I would love that.
I would love it. I'd never leave my house.
Yeah, I would have no reason to. We could record the pod in the house, make iced coffees in the house, have a sleepover every night. It'd be perfect.
I love it.
Okay, what's next? So, we didn't really finish that thought. We have a collab list, and this is our podcast topics of the week. So you're just gonna have to be along for the ride.
Yeah. Do you want? You can. How about you do one?
I did put a lot in here personally. Let me see. Some of the things I did put in here, I don't really know what I meant at the time.
I'm having the same experience today.
Let's see. So, okay. This is something I put this morning at the ripe time of 6:30 a.m. I decided I have a new fear and that is I'm genuinely afraid of icebergs.
Oh my gosh, you sent me that.
I sent Tessa this video, and should we play it?
Sure.
Can I open your Insta?
Yeah.
And if I see that you've been DMing other people,
just you.
I like to like bully Tessa if she has like other friends. It's a really healthy thing that we do. Mm-hmm. I'm like, who are you talking to?
Right. Who am I hanging out with? Who am I bowling with?
Yeah, what do they want? Mm-hmm. Anyways, I saw this video. I don't know if the quality is going to be very good, but this is the first thing I woke up to because they say you're not supposed to wake up and scroll, and that's like the only thing that I do because I'm so tired. I need to like, the blue light has to crust my eyes back open.
I know. We're not going and looking at the actual sun.
We don't have the actual sun here.
We're doing all we can. We're doing our best.
Yeah, so that's never going to be a thing that I do. So I saw this video this morning, and then I became genuinely afraid for my life because I just thought, this is scary. It's something we should never have to see. Is there volume on it?
Mira, no, el
We're going to debrief this.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is our setup because we cannot edit videos.
Yeah.
So what you just saw, if you're not watching the video, is us holding the phone of the video up to my phone, which I can't use because we used to record the podcast. They're in, where is that?
I don't know. I don't ever look.
Somewhere that's cold.
Lake Argentino.
Okay. So basically an iceberg just surfacing. I don't know where it really came from.
It looks like a giant whale.
Yeah.
Coming out of the water.
It's moving so slow because it's like so gigantic. I don't know. I just saw that this morning and it put like the fear of God into my eyes. Like
they've kind of been trying to scare. I don't know who they is. Big
puberty.
Yeah, big social media is trying to scare us about the oceans. Like all the TikToks about whatever.
Oh, the North Sea.
The North Sea.
Oh, Tessa. Oh, yeah. Tessa's late to like the party because she didn't have TikTok or Instagram for the whole month of January.
Swine.
True. And so she missed kind of like the North Sea having a moment.
I feel like that was maybe right before I took a break.
Well, it's still been going strong.
See, why are they doing that?
And they keep playing this, like, there will be like a video of the North Sea and then the audio's kind of does that for 60 seconds.
I will say that I had a phase growing up where I just wanted to be scared of the water. Like I just wanted to watch movies that had like intense water scenes.
Right.
This was like specifically with my grandma Stella for some reason. She'd be like, "What do you want to watch?" And I'm like, "I just want to be stressed about someone almost drowning."
What?
She's like, "That's too specific. I don't know how to search for that." So we'd watch like some movies with like 2012.
Like, can I get some examples? Do you remember
2012?
The titles? Is that the name of the movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wasn't that the movie? Like the end of the world, 2012.
Oh, I never saw that.
Okay, I don't know. They're on a ship at some point, and there's like water caving in, like those kind of movies. There's a genre
just
of
kind
them.
Like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Not quite. No, like a little more end of the world, apocalyptic.
Yeah.
Or like a boat sinking and everyone's trying to like rush. Titanic might be in there, although I can't say I've ever seen that actually. Just
Are you kidding?
Weird. No.
That's crazy.
I just said I was an uncultured swine.
I'm not going to be that person. What? You haven't seen this? But I would say that is one that definitely needs to be watched.
I know. Oh my gosh. And then I watched this movie called Deep Blue Sea 2.
You didn't watch the first one?
No. And it was the absolute worst movie I've ever seen in my whole life. It was so funny. It was like so bad that it was funny. It wasn't a comedy. Like scary. Yeah. And so then I gathered my whole family up. You know, there's like 15 of them.
Yeah.
And I said, movie night.
We're watching Deep Blue Sea 2.
I didn't tell them what we were watching, but we went to like, we had the big projector screen and we like gathered everyone up and I said I have a really good movie. And then I made them watch the whole, it was like 2 hours long of Deep Blue Sea 2. And now I am not allowed to ever pick a family movie again because they didn't really think it was as funny as I was. I had to watch it twice just for the bit. Yeah. But
did you ever end up seeing the first one?
No.
We should watch it.
Okay. The second one's so bad. It's
Anchoevies
so
live react to Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah.
Too. Because I've never seen it.
It's kind of on brand. I mean, and it's really good is what I meant.
Oh, yeah. I bet it sounds like an amazing movie.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of like that movie. I can't remember what it's called, but it was on Netflix and it was all the rage when I was in high school. And these people like go skiing, but they get stuck on a chairlift. And the whole movie is like them freezing to death on a chairlift.
Oh,
and then
those kinds of movies, yeah.
One of the people like is like, that's it, I'm jumping. And they jump off. Spoiler alert. Their leg bones are like shooting out, and then a wolf like family like rips this person apart while the friends watch from the ski lift, and it's like it's really realistic and scary.
Could happen in anyone's day to day.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of like 127 hours.
Oh, definitely. Except for that one's actually real. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you ever do this. Bless you.
Thank you.
So, I don't know why. Because, like, I could just go watch a movie if it looked interesting to me. But instead, I'll see, like, someone on TikTok has posted part 1 of some weird movie. And I will sit on my phone on TikTok watching a movie in, like, 25 different parts. Or, like, a documentary. And I don't even know how it happens. It's, like for part, or comment if you want to see part 2. And then they put it in the comments. Each part of the movie. First of all, that can't be legal. It's got to be like a new form of pirating.
Yeah.
I'm not sad about it, but then I'm like, how did I just watch a 2-hour film that I've never even heard of before this?
Yeah.
On TikTok.
They get ya.
They do. There's this one of these girls that are like sneaking into a swimming pool,
and
then they like get trapped in there.
Yep, I saw that too.
And then there's like a janitor, and she like for some reason is like
out to get them, and
like, there's no way that makes any sense.
Yeah, they're like, oh my gosh, yeah, you can get the top off for us because they're all sealed in the top part of the pool.
Which they don't seal the top part of a pool like that. I don't think even.
And like, how slow is it going that you didn't make it out?
Like
it's not like whoosh, it's like it'd be so slow. Me and you would have totally made it out of there.
We definitely would have, and also would have effed up that janitor if she like stole my phone.
I would have just gnawed through the top of that.
Absolutely. Anyways,
with these canines,
I didn't watch the whole movie on TikTok. Just the important parts, like the part where the janitor like tries to screw them over.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's all I have to say about that. What else do we got in our
really just a random assortment of things.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
We're gonna do our Ask the Anchoevies next week because we need more juicy details. Here's what I received. I received the hook of the story. Didn't get a full story from anyone, which I love the effort. So incredible. But we need remember you're going to remain anonymous. So there's nothing you can't say.
Yeah, and we can't really comment if we're trying to fill in all the gaps. We don't have the full story. It's going to be hard for us to comment. And like I said, I want to be involved in someone else's drama and gossip, please. So give me all the details.
Yeah, because we're the type of girls where we're just like, we don't really hang out with other girls. Like, we're kind of like the boys. Like, it's weird. I don't know. Girls just bring drama.
Yeah, we've always just kind of been friends with just boys only. It's like kind of like we're just one of the boys.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. As soon as people start doing like gossip and like nails, I'm just not interested. I've always been more into like two-hand touch football or I don't know, Hot Wheels, tech decks,
backflips, kendamas.
Yeah, definitely not. Bracelet making,
tampons.
Periods, none of that. We're just like kind of the boys vibe.
Yeah. It's mostly tech decks and kendamas for us.
Anyway,
I wore a hat last week to one of the gigs. Here's what happened.
She wore a hat on stage.
Yeah.
Because she plays music in a band.
Yeah.
If you're new to the pod.
Thank you. Here's what happened. A little backstory. Drew says, oh, this hat's cute. I should buy it for you. I don't know if you'd like it. And I said, show me. And he's like, I kind of just want to buy it for you. He did show it to me, and it's cute. I've been trying to get into my hat era for probably a year now. I see girlies wearing hats, and I'm like, cute. Then I go to put one on, and I'm like, this isn't me. What? Everyone's going to know I'm a fake. Yeah. Okay. Then the hat arrives. It is cute. It has a little sage green, a little red T on it. T for Timmery, T for Tessa, T for the bedheads.
The Anchoevies.
The Anchoevies, whatever you want to.
Titanic. Your favorite movie that you're going to watch soon.
True. It arrived Wednesday evening.
Tuberculosis.
True. Thank you. You can keep thinking of T words while I'm talking. Okay. T for talking. And then Drew said, you should wear it tonight. And I said, tampon. He said, you should wear it tonight. And I said, oh, I'm going to have to work up to this. I can't just wear it tonight. And also I'm going to be on stage.
It's kind of like a hard launch to just start wearing
It's embarrassing. It just came out of the box. Give it a second to settle in. You know?
Yeah.
And he said, this hat was $28. You should just
wear it.
Plus
shipping and handling.
Yeah. And I was
tax.
like, oh my God, you're right. And you did this sweet thing for me. And he said, put it on. He said, it looks so cute.
It sounds like he kind of like gaslit you and toxic masculinity you into wearing it.
Yeah, it was so mean of him.
What the hell is wrong with him?
He gassed me up into thinking I looked like I wear hats. I was like, Drew, everyone's going to know I don't wear hats. And he said, you do now. You're in your hat era. And I said, you're so right. So I left feeling 40% confident in the hat that I was wearing. I arrived and everyone's like, oh, cute hat. What's the T for? And I just kept changing it. I just kept saying Timmery, or like our friends from the Bedheads were there. It's a band. They said, nice hat. And I said, thanks. It's for the Bedheads.
Yeah, which got a really good kick. It was like a crowd pleaser for sure.
Yeah, it was kind of fun for me to make a joke out of what was sitting on the top of my head.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the night, I went into the bathroom, the ladies' bathroom, and there was a lady who was maybe 48 to 54 years old. And she went in the stall as I was coming out, and she said, "Nice bass playing, by the way." And I said, "Thank you." I'm washing my hands, and she goes, "And I love your new hat." And I said, "Oh, thank you." Thinking in my head, how would she know this is a new hat?
Yeah.
And I'm not just a girl who wears a hat all the time. That's what I've been trying to personify this whole time.
Yeah.
And she goes, "I'm just assuming because I've never seen you wear a hat before, so it must be a new thing for you."
That is like...
Not even just a new hat. She's like, "This obviously is a new thing for you."
You know
I've
what?
never seen this woman in my life.
You know what that exactly is, like the mirrored parallel universe version of?
What?
Mean Girls. "Oh my gosh, I love your bracelet. Where do you get it?" She walks away. "That's the fuggliest bracelet I've ever seen."
I know.
That's like I feel like when people say stuff like that and then you try to explain it to like your significant other, for instance,
like,
maybe a male.
Yeah.
They're like, "What? That's not mean." And it's like, no, as a girl code, saying stuff like that is shady as fuck and it's mean.
And I will say,
you never wear those. It looks really good. What? Okay, drop the "you never wear those."
Yeah.
Compliment.
That's obviously a new thing for you. I'm like, okay, I recognize when people, like regulars at our gig, or people who've been there a couple times, I like can remember their faces. Yeah. Never seen her in my life.
Maybe she's a minnow.
Maybe she is a minnow, and she knows that
she's a minnow. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet
so
of you
to say that. Maybe just say "cute hat."
Right.
Or actually, I prefer you don't say anything at all. So then I left the bathroom. This is the end of the 3-hour-long gig. I had to commit to wearing it the whole time. Once I put it on, there was no taking it off. It was a really hard thing for me to do.
Well, there's another person in the crowd that said something about your hat.
I know, to you.
Is that what you were about to say?
You can tell it, because you were there.
Well, I'm sitting there, and our great friend, Landon, who... Does he listen? If you listen to this episode, Landon, I want you to comment a bee emoji on our next Instagram post. Then we'll know if he's still die hard.
Yeah.
I have a feeling how that's going to end up.
I think he said he's not fully caught up.
Oh, okay. Well,
his intentions
when
are
it happens, Landon, comment a bee emoji. Landon goes, "Oh, I was sitting by him, like, listening to Brittany's house play music. He goes, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know Tessa wears hats. That's so cool." And I was like, "Landon, you cannot repeat that sentence ever again." And he was like, "What? Why?" I'm like, "This is what you're allowed to say. Oh my gosh, I love your hat. That's it." Or like, "Oh my gosh, it looks totally normal on your head." And this is
my God, you wear hats all the time, don't you? And
and
it's just a thing you do.
This is a thing you've always done, and we're blessed that you do it for the community.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's like if I try to do anything with my hair, like try out a hairstyle that's not just
Since wearing my hair normal, like just naturally, which has a little bit of a frizzy natural wave to it, I feel embarrassed. Like, I feel secondhand embarrassment if I curl my own hair. I'm like, looks like I tried today. That's embarrassing.
What is that?
I don't know.
Sometimes I put on an outfit that I'm like, it's actually cute, but it looks like I tried.
Yeah.
And Drew's like, "What?" And I'm like, I just got to put on a big sweatshirt or something.
Yeah.
I got to try a little less. And he's like, it's not like you tried that hard. It's just, it's an outfit. And he's like, "You look great." And
there's certain things I put on where I'm like, this could low-key be a costume. That's where I have to draw the line. I mean, sometimes I'll wear it. I have to be really feeling myself. But
yeah,
sometimes I'm like, am I going to play dress up today? Depends. What phase I'm in, for sure.
I know, it's hard. So anyway, I don't know. I mean, the hat was $28 and it's only been worn once.
If you don't want it, I'll have it because I can wear it and pass with the tea.
It's hard. I just feel like I have to keep wearing it, or it's going to be like, if I wear it once every 6 months, I'm going to have the same thing happen to me.
If you really commit to it, though, and it breaks in, and then it becomes a part of you, but then it's like, you get caught not wearing it, and it's like almost abnormal to not wear a hat.
Who is that? Yeah.
I don't know. People with hats, I feel like they always have a hat. So there's only one way you can go.
Like, I don't even know what the top of their head looks like.
There are people like that.
Yeah. Oh, and some people that I've seen the top of their head after knowing them for like 4 years and only seeing them in a hat, and I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh,
put it back on.
Like 10 people I'm thinking of that we both know right now, where I'm like, actually, I don't know what the top of their head looks like.
Yeah.
What are they hiding?
Mm-hmm. I've
me?
seen what a couple of them are hiding in it. It's in their best interest.
There's a couple people that I really want to name drop after, and don't let me forget. I'm actually going to write that down.
Okay.
Name hat tea people.
One thing I also... Okay, you got it? One thing I wrote down is I always feel bad making baristas make food, even though that's part of their job. It feels wrong. I'd like to ask you, a barista, that.
Thank you.
Here's what I was thinking. The other day I was driving around, and I was like, I really need a coffee.
Yeah.
I'm also hungry. And usually I'm just like, I'll get a nice coffee, and I'll just get a little, like, breakfast Sammy or a little burrito.
Sandwich.
In my heart of hearts, I'm like, I'm going to throw off their rhythm.
Yeah.
And, like, they're here to make a coffee, and they're just hoping to make me a coffee, and I leave. And then I'm like, also, and I'm picturing them having to start up the microwave, the toaster oven, whatever they use. I don't know. It feels, I'm like, I should go somewhere else for food, even though I, like, would happily eat a breakfast sandwich from there. Yeah. I feel bad.
Okay. Are you talking coffee stand or coffee shop?
Coffee stand where I'm in the drive-thru.
I was a coffee stand girly at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't think it really matters at all because people get it so much. What would be annoying is people who ordered food like right before we closed. Yeah. Because I'm like, go eat dinner, you know? Right. Why do you need? But then I can't even say that because I'd be the type of person to like do that at 6 p.m. because we would go sometimes to Renee's on Ramsey's. Was that me and you? And we would get happy hour. They would be like, breakfast burritos are like $2.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh my gosh, like we're saving so much money.
Yeah, and we get Zip Fizz and breakfast burritos at like 4 p.m.
But yeah, no, I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, the only annoying thing is like if somebody gets food and they don't tip. It's like, but I know you're tipping when you go.
I'm tipping, yeah.
People who get food, they're like, oh, well, you didn't have to make something for me. You actually just warmed it up. I'm not going to tip. Like, I understand that thought process, but no, like, our bakers get tipped, and we make everything, and we have to put it together and heat it up. Yeah. So there's always effort put in.
If we have any minnows listening that go through the coffee stand and don't tip, please start tipping.
Yeah, that's so true.
Whether you get a drip or...
Anything.
Especially if you get a Frappuccino. If you're making them get out of the blender...
Yeah. There's this one girl.
I just tip $1 every time unless I get multiple things. Sometimes I'll tip $2.
That's a good way to do it. There's this one girl, like one of my favorite customers. She's a server downtown, and she's probably like, she gives me vibes of Lonnie.
Oh yeah,
she gives Lonnie vibes, and she comes in and she always tips us like $9, and she's literally like my angel, and she's kind of like crazy in a good way, where she's just always like telling me the details of like her crazy day at work, and I'm just like. Love this. Couldn't love her more. And then I'm like, do I just love her because she tips me $9?
That's super nice. That's very generous.
I think I love her also because she's really sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, people who don't tip at coffee shops, and that's the thing too, is like I'll be working my little barista job, and then someone will go, money's really tight right now, like I can't tip. Okay, bitch, why are you purchasing a $7 coffee if you can't tip me? Like maybe we need to take you to the financial advisor and
Dave
talk
Ramsey.
with them.
Ring, ring.
I mean, I'm not one to speak because I have no money to my name at this point in time. But I would get free coffee because I work at a coffee shop.
Yeah, I think that excuse is super lame. That's like going out to eat at a restaurant and being like, oh, money's I don't
money's
have...
tight. I can't tip.
Like,
it's
that's
like
part
you would
of
never
the thing
do that.
you budget in is tipping at a restaurant.
For sure.
That's stupid. And at a coffee shop. And yeah, especially at the coffee shop you work at. Mm-hmm. But like, that's not a cheap... You're not just grabbing a 7-Eleven coffee.
No. At 7-Eleven, I don't even think they take tips. But
but I just mean like if you're on a budget and you still need coffee, like you wouldn't go to the coffee shop you work at.
Yes, that's true because it's in a touristy location and it is not cheap. If you want a coffee and you don't want a tip, go get a McCafe. Honestly, it kind of slaps, and they don't accept tips. I don't think so. Do they? I don't know.
I don't think so.
And it's like $1.50, and it's honestly bomb.
Yeah.
So there's your life hack if you don't have any money.
Yeah.
Or maybe just buy a coffee maker. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what to say.
True.
But I'm not telling anyone how to spend their money because you're looking at one of the most financially irresponsible people on the planet. So I really have no room to speak about anything.
I love it.
Yeah.
You know what was good last night was the free popcorn.
Oh yeah.
At the brewery.
Yes.
That should be everywhere.
I couldn't agree more. Having a free old-fashioned popcorn maker in your establishment is 100% more likely to have me show up there.
Whether you're Les Schwab, whether you're a brewery.
Even restaurants while I'm waiting, that would be a great idea.
That would be great, yeah.
I've also, like, had the desire to buy, like, either a popcorn maker like that for myself. Like, I'm talking, these things are, like, big. Like, 4 feet tall.
Like yeah.
I could put it right here and just every day have fresh popcorn.
Yeah.
And then I've also been getting a bunch of listings on Marketplace for, like, gumball and candy machines. And I'm really tempted to buy one and just put Mike and Ike's in it. And then when people come to my house, they have to put a quarter in.
Oh, okay. You'd make it.
So I'm actually making money because no one's going to come to my house and not buy Mike and Ike's out of that thing. It'd be too, like...
Could you get, like, a better candy in there?
What would you want me to put
Any
in
other
there?
candy besides Mike and Ike's?
You don't like Mike and Ike's?
Like, I wouldn't pay a quarter for them. If they were sitting there, I'd maybe try one, but...
Okay.
Maybe they hit harder than I think that they do.
Mike
I've never tried to, like, purchase them myself.
Go really hard, in my opinion. But I also, I guess, maybe some of those
Sweet
organic hard candies.
Yeah, Sweet Tart Mini Chewies or those little organic hard candies that I've been...
Yeah.
I bought a 5-pound bag.
And have been dispersing them to me.
This is what happened. I was at my acupuncture appointment. I was leaving, and they had a little thing of candies. And I said, thank you. I was half asleep.
Candy.
I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
It said pomegranate nectarine. I put it in my mouth, and maybe it was just because I woke up from, like, a trance.
Yeah.
And I was, like, kind of hungry, thirsty, and it just hit
Just
really
did what it
hard. I
needed
was
to
like, I need these. So I looked at the wrapper, looked it up. It was like, okay, I could buy a 1-pound bag.
How much was it for 5 pounds?
I don't know, like $30 or something.
Oh, yeah, that's what I would
And
just
it was like a
that.
1-pound bag was like 20. It was like,
You might as well buy 5
might as
pounds.
well. And then it arrived, and I was like, oh my God, what have I done? Like, do I even like these that
what's
much?
kind of the dimensions?
It was like the size of a microwave, but just not as deep, you know, but like the size you'd sit
Full.
on top of your, yeah, like a flat bag, but like, you know, 1.5 feet by 6. I don't know.
That's a lot.
I mean, it's 5 pounds. I don't know how else to tell you.
I guess I need to see it in the flesh. Actually, take a photo of it. We can post it on the
Okay.
gram when we drop this episode because
so
I want to see how big it is.
I've been super generous with them. I brought you a little
She
baggie.
brought me a little bag of them, and they're like my favorites. They sell them at Pilgrim's in a tin,
Yeah.
and it's like $3.50, and you get 10.
And it's
But it is
one
a cute
flavor.
tin. Yeah.
So you can only be like, okay, I'll get blood orange and honey.
Fake news. I'm never buying them there again.
Yeah, so now I just buy a mixed thing of them. Now, as if I'm going to ever have to buy another bag of them again.
Yeah.
So
Like,
if
this
you
is my
guys-
thing now. I get 1 pound, 1 bag a week.
Yeah.
20 pounds a month.
It's just part of my routine.
Yeah.
But anyway, we were talking about popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love the sweet, sweet smell combination. Underrated combo.
And then the way it
Tires.
destroys me.
Tires and popcorn
Yeah.
when you walk into a Les Schwab. If they still do that.
I don't know. I don't know if they do. I haven't
It's
been
such
there in
a
years.
jarring attack on the nose, on the nasal.
Yeah, when you get
cavity.
in there and there's more tires, more rubber to burn than you could ever even
And kind of that
fathom.
salty, buttery
pop
pop in the
popping.
background.
That just actually brought me back to when my mom was married to this Mormon guy, and we had to go to Les Schwab. Or did he work there? I don't really remember. But I remember just sitting in Les Schwab being so bored and eating so much popcorn I was going to throw up. Like, those were the sweet days of my youth.
That's a beautiful story. I will say that even working at a movie theater for, I don't know, a year or two or something as my first job, having unlimited copious amounts of free popcorn, I didn't really get tired of it.
I don't think I would get tired of it either.
Like, even when you say you have, like, talking about getting one in your home, you're like, oh, you'd get
I
tired
would
of
have
that?
so much.
I don't know if you would. It's kind of a perfect snack. It never makes me feel
Great.
the best.
Yeah.
But do I always want it? Yes.
For sure. Speaking of, like, I think this is a great way to close today's episode. Can you tell our listeners about the poop dollar?
Didn't I
From
already?
your job?
Why do I
Did you
feel
already
like,
say this on the podcast?
I feel like you made me talk about this on like the first episode or two. Maybe the first couple episodes.
Well,
Maybe not.
I don't think so.
I don't know really how to tell this story except
It's
for...
not really a story. It's just kind of like a thing
it's
that
just
exists.
kind of a part of my life that's a truth that I'm about to share.
Yeah.
Was that when I was 16 working at the movie theater, it was a cash-only establishment. It was the discount theater, okay? And everything was cash. Tickets were $3. Concessions were like $1 to $5. We were just dealing cash.
Yep.
Doing mental math.
Probably laundering.
Probably laundering money, for all I know. And we had, at some point, someone bought concessions, whatever, we gave change. And we were like, oh my God, something smells so bad back here. We're checking the bottoms of our shoes. We're like, who stepped in dog shit? And then we're kind of like trying to smell around. And it was in one of the tills. We're like, oh no, what happened? We're kind of going through, and then we find this $1 bill that doesn't look particularly dirtier than the other ones. It looks like it's been through it. But like, so of all of them.
It's seen a couple cracks.
The individual dollar smelled so bad. It stunk up all the rest of the money in that till. And we took it over to the sink and washed. We were like scrubbing it with soap.
At that rate, just throw it away. You know what I mean?
I know.
Like, tell the manager, hey, we had to take care of this.
But the thing is, we're always giving away. We're always making change. So we're like, we'll pawn it off on someone else. So we wash it, dry it.
I went somewhere and you tried to hand me $1 that smelled so pungent.
You wouldn't know at the beginning, though. We didn't know when someone handed it to us. It just like permeated for a second.
I have a really strong sniffer. I think
Maybe
I would have been
know.
able to be like, mm-mm.
But we're like, okay, we're always making change. So we put it back in the till because we're like, we at least washed it, whatever. It's still kind of stinking up. We go to give someone change and we're like, thank God. But then we had $1 popcorn refills.
Yeah.
On the big buckets of popcorn, which is kind of a major deal
which
alert.
Which begs the question, why would you ever go anywhere that wasn't the discount theater?
I know. And so people kept coming back up. Eventually, within 10 minutes of us giving it out, it was back in the till. We were like, damn it. We'd give it back as change. Someone would pay for it, for the candy or the refill or whatever with $1. Could not get rid of it. I think my coworker scrubbed it like 4 times or something. And I don't know what we ended up doing with it. We might have thrown it away.
You should have framed it.
Or we might have like given it to someone and they finally left with it. But yeah. I don't want to know what happened to that $1 bill. And
well, it makes me think of like there's like a prank that you do where you poop on $1 and then put it on the ground so when somebody picks it up. Have you heard of this?
I don't think this is a thing that other people know about.
Cody
besides you.
Talked about it, which Cody is a drummer for their band, and he's also from Alaska. I don't know if it's an Alaskan thing, because he said, he was telling a story in his Cody fashion, like, one time when I was in high school, we had $1 and my friend, defecated on the $1, and then a kid picked it up and put it in his shirt pocket, and I was like, poop $1, and he was like, yeah, poop $1, and I was
I don't resonate with this story at all.
Jacob didn't recognize it either, but I guess you guys aren't like trusty sources because you were mostly homeschooled.
I guess, yeah.
But it was a thing.
Okay. I would also like the minnows to weigh in on that,
Have you heard of poop $1? Yes or no? We don't need to know if you've done it. We're not trying to incriminate you.
This is a patient attorney confidentiality situation. Yep. We will not expose you.
Please let us know.
I'm pretty sure that's a you and Cody thing and not a...
Is it a Alaska-wide phenomenon? Is it national? I'm not sure. International even, for our international listeners.
For all of you guys.
So many
all of our 10K international subscribers.
So true. Well, with that, we're getting to time. So I just want to let you guys know that I had a moment today where I thought, should I get a real job? Because I'm still a barista. I'm almost 25. And I was like, oh my gosh, like my bestie coworker is leaving. She's finally like hitting that point in school where she like needs to go work at a hospital. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm still here. What do I do? And she said, Timmy, I know your podcast is going to blow up. Don't get a real job. Actually, she didn't say that. Oh. But I thought that. And she said, you'll be fine. So for you guys, I'm going to abstain from getting a 401k because that's how much I believe in this podcast.
That's a lot of pressure to put on them in a good way, in a good, healthy way. And I hope you guys take that pressure seriously.
Yeah, please feel free to subscribe and support the podcast.
Or just like all of our videos.
Yeah.
Rate the pod.
You can support the pod for just $3 a month on Buzzsprout. Links in our bio.
But what we're not doing is being those people who quit our jobs and then consistently ask for money.
No. I still work. Like, I want to,
it's just
go to
somehow it's different when we're doing it.
Yeah.
Than the other people. Where I see them doing it, I'm like, oh my God, just,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, we would
have
never
some self-respect.
We would never ask for money directly, but please
sponsor
the podcast.
It will go directly to us, and we want it in our bank accounts.
Correct.
It's not so much going to us. It's not like you're paying us. It's like it's going into our bank account so that we can spend it on things that we want to spend it on.
And so we can maybe make merch.
Uh-huh.
We're not close to that right now,
No,
but we could be, thanks to you.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
'Cause it's you and me
and all of the people, and I don't know why I can't keep my eyes off of you and me and all of the people, and I don't know why I'm without eyes off of you. Yeah. We love you guys.
Listening.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.